West and south, causing at least 7 deaths. Tonight, the severe threat is not over. Officials warn counties in places like Arkansas, Mississippi, and Tennessee are at risk for severe flooding. Kathy Park reports from the storm zone.
Tonight, round 2 of crippling weather striking the same region already battered by severe storms. At least 34 reported tornadoes tearing through the Midwest and South, shredding homes and upending lives. In rural Arkansas, J.P. DeLonga survived and recorded this large funnel cloud on his phone last night as it closed in.
We looked outside and it was over there.
Just outside Nashville, this home security camera capturing what appears to be the moment of impact. And across Michigan, the relentless rain triggering flash flood emergencies. Cars submerged, and the powerful floodwaters cut straight through the street. Parts of Kentucky, a disaster zone. An industrial park ripped apart, roofs peeled off, the debris scattered for miles. Our crew is there with a closer look at the damage.
Alarms are still blaring inside this absolutely destroyed daycare. You can see toys on the ground, a sign warning babies are sleeping. Thankfully, we're told no one was inside, but that roof is completely destroyed with the rain picking up here.
In Indiana, punishing wind.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect, back at it through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So you see it, I believe that news article referred to about 34 tornadoes. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. That's why it's very important for us to be watching these things, man. We should be watching for the end to come. We should be watching for end time events, for prophecy. Anybody that isn't in the spirit of watching, well, they really don't believe in the prophecies that's written in the book, man. All right, so we have to be watching for that destruction to come, man. Just like these tornadoes, that could be anything that can happen on a daily basis, man. But ultimately, the great tribulation is going to take a lot of people who are not watching or taking heed to the watchmen. It's going to take a lot of them off of guard, man. But as well as abiding in the fear of Yahweh Bahashem Awashah, because sudden destruction can happen upon you at any given day, man, at any given moment, especially us being in this truth and knowing that the Lord chastens those who he loves, man. All right. But hey, that great tribulation is going to come suddenly, man. Destruction, judgment will come suddenly if you're not moving in the fear and belief that you can't just do what you want to do, knowing that, hey, the Lord is always watching. The Lord's eyes are 10 times 1,000 brighter than the sun, man. The Lord is aware of the good and the evil taking place on this earth, man, and you will be rewarded accordingly. All right. Let's go to the book of Matthew. 24 and 43. So you can trust in your sword or you can trust in your money, but when the Lord brings that type of judgment via the tempests and the storms and earthquakes in diverse places, you can't shoot your way out of that. So you got to be the Lord has to be with you during moments like that. You could probably think in your mind to be prideful, or if it goes down, I'll just shoot my way out of this situation, or I'll just tough it out. But if the Lord huffs and puffs and blow your house down, I mean, you're through. Unless you got family members or a decent amount of savings, I mean, you're going to have to go to a FEMA camp then and there, man. So it's a lot of ways that the Lord could get you out your house. It don't have to be chaos in the streets, all right? The Lord can bring a tornado and, you'll have to get at your house one way or another. This is Matthew 24 and verse 46. Blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. So we're supposed to be in that holy conversation. I'll get that as well. And we should always be occupied in prophecy, actually, expecting, judgment to take place on the earth. And not denying and making up stuff because it sounds good. 1 Peter 1 and 15. But as he which call you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation. And that's why it's important to be a part of the brotherhood, man. It keeps you in the spirit, man. Constantly doing videos, going out on the highways and byways as much as the Lord will allow you to. These things keeps us in that manner of conversation. Sure, we talk about other things every now and then, but it seems like the bulk of our people are constantly talking about everything except the truth. They got half truth, whole lies. So they'll come in that spirit of having a zeal, but not according to knowledge. They believe in the God of the Bible, but it isn't according to, the law, statutes, and commandments. Man, we're supposed to be in all manner of that holy convocation, speaking about how to be saved, man. All right, about the law, statutes, and commandments, speaking about Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, constantly reverencing the Lord, because the Lord does desire to be worshipped, man, and reverenced. So while the whole world is, in filthy conversation, talking about getting the bag, 401ks, adultery, folly, the Lord's hopeful elect is in a house of mourning, constantly crying out through prayer, through epistles, crying out day and night, not holding their peace day or night concerning the things that they see happening upon the earth. All right. Book of Luke 21 and 36, and it reads, watch ye therefore and pray always. So again, going back to that sudden destruction, we should be watching for that. So we're watching and we're praying simultaneously that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass. In Matthew 24th chapter, the Lord gave us signs preceding his second coming: earthquakes in diverse places, famines, getting persecuted. These are signs preceding the Lord's second coming. So when we see these things, we know that salvation, it should be, right around the corner. And we want to pray that we're worthy to escape all these things, not just the famine, but the earthquakes in diverse places, the persecution, not taking that mark of the beast. We want to be accounted worthy so that the Lord will bless us with the spirit to endure these things, because it's going to come to pass, because the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. So these things are going to come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So to not get swept up in that sudden destruction goes back to watching and praying. All right, listening to brothers. The Lord got plenty of brothers scattered throughout the earth, talking, about certain topics. Ultimately, World War III, the mark of the beast, man. But these little events and situations preceding those big events, it's very important for us to be up on that, so that we know how to move accordingly. All right, and know not to be moving out here in a very foolish spirit, man. A very I'll deal with it tomorrow type of spirit, man. We gotta make sure that we're giving it our all to come back to the Lord today, man. All right, because you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, especially with how things are going, especially here in Babylon the Great. All right, Book of Exodus. Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. So we're not supposed to be doing what these other people are doing. That gate to hell, all right, or destruction is broad, man. But the gate to salvation is narrow. So while the whole world again is engaged in folly and filthy conversation, we're supposed to be in that holy conversation again, speaking about our heritage, man, our culture, our nation, our power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. While the multitude of the people upon the earth do evil, a good portion of them haven't even received the law, statutes, and commandments, referring to the other nations. And then for the Hebrew Israelites, I mean, they don't care either way it goes, man. So we again don't want to be like that multitude to do evil, man. It's plenty of people just going the hell off right now, even that know that they're Hebrew Israelites, man. So we just gotta make sure that we're, those sheep that are able to hear our shepherd, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. And Lord willing, the Lord will protect us from these things and we'll be worthy to escape all these things, man. There's pestilence coming, more, a food famine, a famine of hearing the word. All right. And it's going to get scary. It's easier said than done, because one could take this for granted. But once its truth is removed and the Lord brings that famine of the word, it's going to be a scary time, man, because you're not going to have this to fall back on. You better make sure that you really, receive, this Bible, this word, these prophecies, in your heart, these instructions in your heart. And this isn't just for entertainment, man, because you won't have this, here pretty soon, man. All right. And all you're going to have is your own faith, man, your own wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord will bless you with. And you're going to be on your own for the most part. It ain't going to be like it is today. All right, where you're able to hear the brothers see the Akim out on the highways and byways every week. All right, it'll be go time, test time for us to actually apply the things that we learn during this period of grace, man. So we want to make sure that we're not following a multitude to do evil. And Lord, know there's all type of manner of wickedness that's taking place upon the earth each and every day. All right. And Lord willing, the Lord protects us from these calamities that are coming upon the earth. As you see, if we're watching, it just seems to be getting worse. Every season change, there's just all type of strange storms and calamities every year. I believe California's on fire right now. California burns up every year somewhere when it gets cold. In Babylon the Great, people die from freezing to death. All right, people be leaving children in cars. They be dying from heat exhaustion, all type of things, man. All right, and this is just the beginning, man. All right, this is like daily stuff, man. But we're prophesying there's gonna come a time where it's just gonna get real for everybody, back to back to back. And the only way you're gonna be able to, stand mentally is to come in the fear of Yahweh Shema Shah and attain that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding required to do so. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear again to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.